Thank you, Art Creations. I appreciate it. So down I go. I'm going into my next stitch just to show you. So this one right here. So you're basically just working up and down the row. Think of it like that. Just up and down. So again, inserting my hook, grabbing the yarn, going through the first loop, grabbing my yarn, and going through both. And we're just doing that all the way down. Usually students have a hard time with like the very first stitch and the very last stitch. So just to show you, this is the very last stitch in the row. And a lot of times students miss this one because it's kind of easy to miss, right? It's at the very bottom. Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you for the gift. So I am just doing a beginner crochet lesson. I'm just teaching those who are interested how to crochet. So feel free to grab your hook and yarn if you want to join along. So here's that very last stitch. I'm just inserting my hook and just finishing it off just the same way as all the others. So let's take a look at what we got so far. So this is a completed first row. All right, see? So to count your stitches, these look like little V's to me. That's how I view stitches. So you just want to count the V's. So if we start from the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of our subsequent rows are going to be 8, right? Hey Michelle, so you said your problem is counting. Okay, what do you have a hard time with exactly? Because what really helps me with counting stitches is turning your work this way. So don't look at it face on, but like turn it so you can really see these V's. And then you just want to count each V. And then the one that's a loop, you don't count that one. So keep that in mind too. And that's it. And I really encourage new crocheters to get in the habit of counting after every single row. Just to make sure your project stays on track, because otherwise you'll end up with, something kind of wonky like a triangle or something and you didn't mean to. So I always recommend that you count your rows. So now we're going to go to the next row. Well, Michelle, just try the method I said, just add a stitch marker. So for example, here's a stitch marker. And at the end of your row, you can just insert it. I guess I'll just show you as an example. So you don't want to put it in the loop, but you could put it like kind of behind it at the end of your row. You just attach it. And then count the row. So I already counted mine, so I know I have 8 stitches. So you'll have to count your row. And then as your blanket is growing, look at it and make sure it's not shrinking and just get in the habit of counting. And you should have the same amount if you use your stitch marker. It should keep you on track, but it doesn't always. It's not like a guarantee. So just try to get in the habit of counting. I think it'll help you tremendously. Hey Shivani, I am just doing a beginner's crochet lesson. So I'm not really making anything necessarily. I'm just teaching crochet today. You're welcome. And if anyone else has questions, feel free. I'm more than happy to help. So, all right, so now we are going to be starting our second row. So we're just going to be turning our work from right, where my finger is, to left. So we're kind of just twisting it, right? So just twisted my work. I'm inserting my crochet hook into that very next stitch. Thank you, Kayla. I think you're awesome too. So sometimes this part gets a little tricky. So I'm going to get really close so you guys can see. So if you're looking at it just this way, you'd be tempted to just insert your crochet hook like under this first piece of yarn, right? I'm on YouTube as well, so I'm showing the YouTubers over here too. Okay, so you don't want to do that. What you want to do, you want to turn your work. So again, you can see those V's, right? You want to see the V's, and you want to go under that set of V's. Thank you, Gina, for the follow. Okay, see? So you want to go under the V completely. Okay, that's really important, guys, because otherwise you're going to end up with like a ridge back on your work, which is not what we're looking for today. That is a style of crochet, but it's not what we're learning today, okay? Hi, Olive. Well, grab your yarn and crochet hook and crochet along with me. I'm doing a lesson. Welcome, Jenny. I agree. Rest in peace, Ozzy. It's so sad Ozzy passed away. I liked a few of his songs, but when I really fell in love with him from watching the Osbournes. Just seeing, this Prince of Darkness just as like a regular family man and husband, how could you not fall in love with him, So it's really, really sad. I agree. He will be very missed. Okay, so moving on, everybody. Thank you for the follow, Shannon. So remember what I said. We are going into the next stitch, but we don't want to go into only half of it. We want to go under that full V, okay? That's so important. And then we're just repeating the same process. So we are grabbing the yarn. We have 2 loops on our crochet hook, and we're pulling it through both loops. So we have 1 loop left. And remember, when we have 1 loop left, we know we are done. Olive, we are learning single crochet right now, but we will probably go over double and triple if I have enough time. Okay, so now I'm just going to be going down. Thanks for the follow, Michelle. So going into the next stitch, again, see how I went under that full V? That's so important. Grabbing my yarn, pulling it through, grabbing my yarn and going through both loops. Whoops. And we're just doing that all the way down. So the different types of crochet stitches, we have a single crochet, we have a half double crochet, we have a double crochet, and we have a triple crochet, just to confuse you. And each of those is different, and I'll show you if you stick around for the live. I'll show you what each one looks like as long as I have time. But like the triple crochet, very long stitch. Single crochet is nice and tight. That's the one I'm working on. So they're different, but they're different for a reason, Thanks for the follow, Grandma Bev and Trisha. Appreciate you. And thank you for the gift, Alice. I think you're awesome too. Feel free to follow and subscribe, everybody. I go live multiple times a week, and I do crochet lessons. I'm happy to answer any questions, just trying to build my crochet community. So I appreciate you all very much. All right, so just continuing to work down the row. So going into that V, grabbing my yarn, pulling it through. So as you can see, I have 2 stitches left in this row, okay? So almost done with this row. Thanks for the follow, Crafty Fire and Lynch. And that's cool that your grandma taught you to crochet. That's something so special, I think. My grandma didn't know how to crochet, but my great-grandma did. But she died when I was just a baby. But looking back, I really wish I would have been able to crochet with her and, have her teach me some of her skills. I think that would be really special. All right, so I just finished my last row. So you can see we're making progress. It's just a little nubby right now, but the more we crochet along, it's just going to get longer and longer and longer. So we're going to start our next row. And again, all we do when we're starting a new row is we twist from right to left. Just think of it, you're just twisting it. Just like that. Just quick twist of the wrist, okay? And then same exact process. So turn it this way. If you're not quite sure which stitch to go in, if you turn it, you'll be able to see what you're doing a little bit more, okay? So going into the stitch, grabbing the yarn, going through both stitches. And just going all the way down. Thank you, Olive. That's very nice of you. And welcome, Kivia. Hi, Louise. Hey, Patty. Welcome. So after I get done with this row, I think I'll show you guys how to do a half double. So one more stitch in this row. Thank you, Pam, for the gift. Well, you've come to the right place because I'm doing a crochet lesson. All right, so this is the single crochet, okay? I'm gonna start a half double crochet. Oh, you can't see my work, Shivani? So I have my phone set up right now and I'm on TikTok on my phone, and then for the YouTubers, I have my laptop set up. So I wish I could get closer. Hold on, let me try something. 1 second. And then we will start on the half double crochet. All right. It's pretty much exactly like a single crochet. It's just slightly different. You'll see. Okay. So YouTubers, this is kind of as close as I can get. Okay. I'm sorry. Does that help a little bit? Hi, Misha. Thank you for sharing the live, by the way. And thank you for the follow, Maggie. So Misha said, how do you go up to a new row without it being crooked? So if your row ever ends up being crooked, that means that you either skipped a stitch or you did too many stitches. So you did like an increase. So you did like 2 stitches in the same. That's the only way that your project, your row is going to turn out crooked. So like I was saying a few minutes ago or so, it's really important to get in the habit of counting how many stitches you have in each row, especially when you're a new beginner, just to get you in the habit of knowing like, okay, I have 45 stitches in this row. I know my next rows are also going to be 45 stitches. Does that make sense? All right, so turning the work. Now we're going to do a half double, okay? All right, so to do a half double crochet, all we're doing is wrapping our yarn around, and we're going right into that next stitch. So now we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. Grabbing the yarn, going through the first loop just like before. So that process hasn't changed. So now we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. We're going to grab our yarn and we're going to go through all 3. Okay, and that's it. That's a half double crochet. There's really nothing to it. So I will do that again. So grabbing yarn, going in that very next stitch. Thank you, Lynn, for the gift. Grabbing yarn, going through that first loop. I have 3 loops on my crochet hook. Grabbing my yarn, pulling through all 3 loops. And I'm just going to go all the way down the row, okay? Doing half double crochets. Grabbing yarn, going into the next stitch, pulling through all 3. And that's it. I don't use half double crochets too much because I think they're so similar to a single crochet. It's just not really worth it to me. So I usually just focus on single crochet, double, and then triple. Hey, Olive, yes it is. I just have the radio on. All right, so that's our first row of half double crochets. Thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. So you can already see that compared to these rows of single crochet, you can see it's a little bit bigger, right? Not a ton, but a little bit. So let's just continue on to the next row doing more half double crochets. Can you guys see me a little better, YouTubers? Is it a little clearer? Pam, I know. But that's the thing. Once you get the basics down, it is easy. Like you don't even think about it, but you just got to get that muscle memory down and practice. And if you practice every day, I promise you'll get it. I taught myself online and it was so difficult, but I was committed and I practiced every day, even for like 15 minutes. And it makes a difference. It just starts clicking in your brain one day. So, I mean, I feel like if I can learn, anyone can learn, because I was really having a hard time with it, but I got it. So I feel like just consistency and persistence and practice like really counts for a lot with crochet. Well, Shivani, I'm sorry. I'm just doing my best, hon. Okay. I'm trying. I only have a certain setup, unfortunately. Yeah, Pam, try. Grab your crochet hook and grab some yarn and crochet along with me. I'm happy to answer any questions. All right, I'm almost done with this row. So if you can see, I have 2 stitches left, 1 and 2. I've been crocheting for 5 years, Michelle. I learned during the pandemic. And I cannot believe it's been 5 years since the pandemic, to be honest. But I had some extra time on my hands, and I always wanted to learn crochet. So I finally did, and now I love it. I can't imagine my life without crochet. So we're working on a half double crochet right now, Patty. Yeah, Pam, I make everything. I have to be careful what I say because TikTok will penalize me. But if you check out my profile and you click my link, you will see what I create. If you get my drift, but I make a lot of different things. Yeah. Thank you, Cindy, for the follow. So Trisha said her biggest problem is learning how to hold yarn in tension. Yes, that is so many beginners' problems. And that just takes practice, honestly. Like the way, I'll show you this right here. You can kind of see it. So you see this? This is my yarn holder. This helps a lot with my tension. Yeah, it is. It's muscle memory. And then I feel like just holding it in your hand properly, like the way I thread my yarn. Whoops. Like this, I feel like that is very, very effective because it's nice and tight by my pinky and ring finger. It kind of, but not too tight, but it keeps it at like a nice even tension. And then I hold it like this. So the yarn is like nice and snug down here, if that makes sense. And I feel like that helps a lot with my tension. All right. So now, do you want to see me do more half double crochets or do you want me to get into double crochets? Any preference? Okay, yeah, that works. Everyone's different. All right, Pam says let's go to double. So double it is. Whew. Sorry, quick little drink of water break. All right. So for a double, we are going to wrap our yarn around our hook twice. So remember with the half double, we wrapped it around once. We're going to wrap it twice. So 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to insert into that hook. Whoops, I'm sorry, I lied, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting that messed up with a triple. Okay, so for a double, we're wrapping the yarn around just once. Sorry. No, Patty, I actually don't. I actually do not chain because that's a trick that I learned along the way. If I don't chain one, I have a perfectly straight edge every single time. And I know some people are like, what? They don't agree with that, but it works for me. I could show you some of my work to show you, but like here's a granny square is not a good example, but I'll show you guys in a bit. But no, I don't do a chain when I turn. Okay, so doing a double, wrapping the yarn around the hook once, inserting into that next stitch. So you can see it's starting off exactly like a half double so far, right? So now we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. Thank you, Angie, for the follow. Grab our yarn, pull through 2 loops only. Oops, a little hard. I have this tweed yarn. It keeps catching. Oh, come on. Okay. So here we are. We have 2 loops on our hook. So we're going to grab yarn and go through the other 2 loops. And that is a double crochet. Thank you, Kibby. I appreciate it. And that's cool, Trisha. I mean, some people swear by it, some don't, and I just don't. So, all right, so let's do that again. Grabbing our yarn, going into our next stitch. Remember, we're not going in that stretched out stitch. Going in the next stitch, grabbing our yarn, pulling through. So we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. It's okay, Trisha. I feel like I can't talk today. I feel like I'm stumbling all over my words. We're all just doing the best we can in life, right? Grabbing our yarn, going through 2 loops. So we have 2 loops remaining. Grabbing our yarn and going through the last 2. And that is a double crochet. So I'm going to do that all the way down. And you guys will be able to see how much bigger the stitch is compared to the single and then compared to the half double. Hi, April. Welcome. Yeah, we have YouTube playing now. I'm not playing these. It's just on the radio. All right. So let's open this up a little so you guys can see. So you see the difference? See what that double crochet looks like? So up top, we have the single crochet. In the middle, we have a half double, and then down below, we have a double. You guys see that? You can see the difference. So let's keep going. If you're making a larger item like a blanket or maybe a scarf, the double and the triple crochet really come in handy because they're going to just save you so much time. Because if you're making a whole blanket with a single crochet, you can, but it's going to take you a long, long time. Thank you, More Than a Mom. I get lots of compliments on these. They kind of look like candy canes. All right, so again, doing the double, grabbing our yarn, going in that first stitch, grabbing the yarn, pulling through. So we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. Yeah, I agree, Trisha. Oh, did you, Cassidy? Wow, you're awesome. I don't have the patience for that. And that's it, going all the way down. So an easy way I tell my students to remember, because sometimes they get confused. They're like, wait, but they start getting messed up, like between a half double and a double. So think of it like, so you have 3 loops on your hook right now, right? Grab your yarn and go through 2. And then there's 2 stitches left. Grab your yarn and go through the last 2. So 2 and 2, just like a double, right? I don't know. That's how I think about it, and it helps. So just going all the way down, finish off the row, and then I'll show you guys a triple. Hi, user 2468. It's starting to get a little wonky because in a normal project, you wouldn't be doing like singles, halves, doubles, and triples, you know? So keep that in mind. That's why it's looking a little odd, because this isn't normal, but I just want to show you guys the different stitch. Michelle, do I use a loom? Yeah, I think a loom is for knitting. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't use a loom, though. Trisha, who do we appreciate? I don't know. I don't get it. Someone asked me, can I crochet a hot dog? Probably. I've never crocheted a hot dog, but I'm sure I could. Oh, you're right. Okay, got it. See, Trisha, today it's been a long day. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. And I am not a morning person either. That's a funny handle. Okay, so let's see so far progress just to show you guys the difference. I'm weird too. I like weird. I think normal's boring. So all right, so we can see again, single crochets at the top. This half double is like right around here. It doesn't look too different from a double. You can kind of tell it's just not as like stretchy. And then these bottom couple rows, those are double crochets. Okay, see them? So they're much bigger, they're stretchier. You can really like open them up. Look at that. I mean, compared to a single crochet, it's way bigger, right? All right, so now let me show you a triple. All right, so for the triple, we are going to wrap our yarn around our hook twice. 1, 2. Going into that next stitch, grabbing the yarn and pulling through that first loop. Okay, so now we have 4 stitches on our crochet hook, or 4 loops on our crochet hook. So grab your yarn, pull through the first 2. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 again. Now we are left with 2 loops on our hook. Grab the yarn, pull through the last 2, and that is 1 triple crochet. Thanks for the share, Geo. All right, so let's do that again. Again, with triple, you're going through those 2 loops 3 times. That's an easy way to remember it, I think. So wrapping the yarn twice, going into that next stitch, grabbing your yarn. So we have 4 loops on our crochet hook. Grab your yarn, go through 2 loops, grab your yarn, go through 2 loops, grab your yarn, go through last 2 loops. And that's a triple. All right. So let's do that all the way down. 2, 2, and 2. Whoops. Doing it again all the way down the row. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for the follow. Whoops. Me too, Fatima. Me too. It's very relaxing. Like today, I was telling you guys I kind of had a bad day, long day. Just crocheting and just chatting with you guys, I already feel so much better. So crochet is just it's so relaxing. It's so good for mental health. It's therapeutic. Thanks for the follow, Just. So wrapping the yarn around twice. On our last stitch. And I know it looks wonky, but again, that's because normally you wouldn't have a single, double, half, and triple crochet all in one project. Hi, Moki. All right, so now let's take a peek. So look at that triple crochet. Look how big that is. So compared to the single, so we got the single, we got the half double, we got the double, and then we got the triple. And you can just see the difference. Like, look how big that triple is compared to that single. It's crazy. Like, look how stretchy that gets. So that's the difference with the stitches. Like somebody was asking earlier, you know, that's all the stitches. So we have a single, a half double, a double, and a triple all in this piece of work. Yeah, it does, Jenny. Don't give up. You got to just keep practicing. Even the fact that you got the chain stitch down, you know, that's great. A lot of people, they're not able to get past that. So just keep going, keep trying. If you follow me, I do go live multiple times a week and I do free lessons. So watch me, grab your hook and your yarn, you know, and we'll figure it out together. All right. So is there anything you guys want to see now that I've showed you all the stitches, which was my goal of the live? You guys want to see some of my work? Let's see. All right, let's see. I grabbed some stuff for you guys to show you. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to just plop it all down. Hold on one second. Okay. I have a lot of stuff. I don't know how to make it all nice and cute for you guys. So here is this cute little chicken hat. So for those of you that you may or may not know, but I got my start making hats and bows for small pets like guinea pigs. I have 3 guinea pigs and you will see them on my page from time to time. So I make them cute little accessories and they are available for other small pet owners. So this is a cute little chicken hat. This is a Mad Hatter hat, like Alice in Wonderland, again for a little pet. Or you could put them on like a wine bottle, like a bottle capper or something like that, bottle topper. This is a really pretty rose. I think I want to make this a pin, but I have to put like a brooch on the back. This was really fun and easy to make. You just keep making rows and rows of, I think it's double crochet. And then you have to like turn it in a way where it makes a rose. It's kind of hard to explain, but. Oh, that's cool, Trisha. I love guinea pigs so much. I have 3. Their names are Ginger, Ziggy, and Lola. They are my babies. They're actually outside right now, enjoying the grass and the sunshine, and they have little squirrel friends and bird friends. They made a new bunny friend that comes and visits them. The bunny actually goes right up to their cage. It's pretty cool. I love animals. This is a cute little like bandana for small pets that I made. It's like a modification of a granny square. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Yeah, Fatima, I could do a tutorial for the rose. That's a good idea. I do have tutorials and patterns. If you check out the link in my bio, you guys can see more of. I have to watch what I say so TikTok doesn't get me in trouble. But just check me out everywhere, and I have tutorials and patterns. So if that's something you're interested in. But this is really cute because this goes around your small pet's neck just for like a quick photo shoot. But it looks so adorable. Thank you, Norma. Thank you, Amy, for the follow. What else we got? This is just a cute little like Christmas tree ornament that I made. I teach this in my classes because it's pretty easy. It's very beginner friendly. I could make a pattern for that as well, but you can make these in white, red, green, any color you want. Cute little sombrero. Perfect for Cinco de Mayo, for your little pet. So adorable. I make these in all kind of colors. We have a little octopus hat. These are really cute, and the yarn is super soft, and the hats are so lightweight that they don't my guinea pigs don't even know they're wearing a hat, you know, like they might realize it for 2 seconds and then they're just distracted and on to the next thing, you know, and I do that on purpose. I don't really like to have any straps or ties if I can help it. I want what's most comfortable for them, you know. Cute little bow and bow tie. I made these for Pride Month. These turned out really cute. These were kind of difficult to make because each row was a different color. But turned out cute. I really like it. So what else we got? Little baseball cap again for small pets. You can make these in any color you want. Turn out really, really cute. Perfect for summer, you know, just like a quick little photo shoot. There's something really cute about a guinea pig wearing a hat. I don't know what it is. And then this too, just like a little cute Christmas hat, double pom-poms. I have so much more stuff, but I feel like I'd be here all day. Let's see, what else do I get? Okay. So this is cute. This is one of my most favorite things that I made. Yeah, I do, Trisha. Check out my page. They're all over. So this is a cute little like clutch I made out of granny squares. You could add a liner if you want for like extra protection, and then you just I added a little button. And then it's just like a wristlet, so you put it around your wrist. So if you're just going out to dinner or something, you don't need much, just like your phone and, you know, credit cards. This is perfect, and it's so cute, and you can make it in any color you want. You know, you can make it to match your outfit. So these are a lot of fun to make, and they're so easy. All they are is a granny square. So if you know how to make a granny square, you can make this. I actually have this pattern available online. So. And then here's all my granny squares. I love making granny squares. They're my favorite things to make. You can make them in so many different colors. So for a while, I think I did this last year. For every book that I finished reading, I would make a corresponding granny square that matched the colors of the book. So that's what these are. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I mean, you can make bags, purses, blankets, vests. You can make anything out of a granny square. Thank you, Fatima. I appreciate it. So here's another one. So very pretty. I don't remember the books that these matched up to off the top of my head, but thank you, Mary, for the follow. Oh, I love this one. I love rainbows. Anything rainbows, I just think they turn out so pretty. They're so just summery and just love a classic rainbow. I might make this wristlet, actually. Let me try to zoom out a little for you guys. There we go. I might make this wristlet in a rainbow pattern. That would be cute. Fatima, yes, I do. If you go on my my Y tube, you will see it. Go under tutorials. What else we got? Oh, and then this one. This one turned out really pretty too. I think this was some kind of like Valentine's Day book I crocheted with the colors, if I'm remembering, or maybe it was like a Christmas one. Yeah, I love granny squares. So those are some of my granny squares, and then I have these. So I don't know have you guys heard about that yarn? It's like an all-in-one yarn, so you don't have to keep weaving your ends in. That's really, really nice. You can see though, these are kind of like my ones that didn't turn out so good, so I use them just to like relax my arms when I'm going live. But you don't have to weave the ends in ever. But you have to measure the yarn up like exactly. Otherwise, it won't turn out right. So I learned that the hard way. I have a bunch of those. So, and then I just have so many just guinea pig accessories too. And I have like this cute little. I was making capes for guinea pigs for a while. Like for Halloween, I wanted my guinea pigs to be super pig. Thank you, Fatima. So this is a cute little cape. You wrap it around their neck very gently, of course, just very gently, only for a quick photo, but ends up looking so cute. If you look at my page, you can see pictures of that. This is a really cute like heart bookmark. So you wrap, thank you. Thanks, Jinx. I use mostly acrylic yarn, like medium weight yarn, and mostly a 5mm crochet hook. That's what I make pretty much everything out of. But this is a cute little bookmark. So the heart goes in the front of the book, and then you wrap the yarn around your book so the heart always stays in place. I don't have a book handy to show you. But yeah, I love it. So thank you, Emma, for the gift. Yeah, thank you, Jinx. I just have so much stuff. I could just go live one day and show you guys all my creations. My husband made me a really cute holder where everything's at. That's what I keep reaching for. Hi, Clive. Let me get some of these grannies out of the way. I love this. So this is a strawberry koozie holder, like a hard seltzer, but you could also fit a water bottle in it if you want. Whatever you want, really. You could make it as wide or as thin as you want, but it's supposed to be a strawberry, so I added the little seeds, and then I have the green leaves. So, and it turned out cute, and I always get compliments on it wherever I go. So these are a lot of fun to make. I have this pattern available too, if anyone is interested. Cute little ghost hat, again, for the small pets, for the holidays. So is there anything you guys would be interested in, like learning or having a tutorial for? Let me know, and then I can go live and show you guys how to make it. So let me know. Thank you, Jinx. Now I have a big mess. All my stuff in a big pile. Thank you, Kimmy, for the follow. Oh, that's awesome. I love him. What stitch did you use? Single, double, triple? Oh, triple. That's a good idea. Save you so much time doing a triple crochet stitch. You'd like to learn how to make the rows. Okay, so a few of you have mentioned that rows. So noted. Whoops. Yeah, so noted. Maybe I will work on doing a tutorial for the rows, and then I'll go live as well, and maybe we can learn it together. Thank you, Fatima. I do have on my YouTube, I have a tutorial, I believe, and I also have a pattern. But this is a little guinea pig vest, so to like wrap around them in the winter if they're chilly or just for a cute little photo op. It's just two granny squares with a button. So there's nothing to it, but the small pets look so cute. This would also work for like a rabbit or I don't know, maybe like a chinchilla, any kind of small pet. Yes, Trisha, my username is the same on all of the platforms, and I am on all of them. So you have a mini top hat for your sugar glider. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, sugar gliders. I forgot about sugar gliders. Yeah, that would be adorable. You should send me a picture of that. So it looks like the rose is the favorite. So yeah, thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna work on that because this is really looks are deceiving. It looks complicated, but it's really not. And then you can use any color yarn. You could make, Halloween would be cool. Make like a black rose. That would be really cool. Fatima, yes, I do. It's on my, I think it's on my YouTube, but if not, click the link in my bio and I do have a pattern for it. So I am going to be signing off in just a second. But I had such a great time hanging out with everybody today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for spending about an hour with me, and I hope you learned something today. Feel free to give me a follow. I do go live multiple times a week. Sometimes I just do relaxing crochets with me. Sometimes I do lessons. Sometimes I'll teach you how to make something, like this rose. I'm going to work on that. So it's always something different. Yeah, Trisha, they probably would. And you could just make the roses very like holiday themed, whatever, like even Easter, make them in pastels. Halloween, make them in red, of course, but like black and orange, tons of possibilities. That's what I love about crochet. Like there's so many possibilities. Anything you can think of, you can make it really. And it's just crazy because when I started, all I could make was like a tiny little rectangle. And now look, I make all this different stuff and it just shows you like, don't give up, persistence is key in practice. So, well, all right, guys, I got to get going. But again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you. And I hope I chat with you guys soon. All right. Bye.